Hello and welcome to the Illuminating Crossroads community. My name's Lisette and we are going to be looking at some intuitive messages for the upcoming Gemini new moon for Libra rising. So I've already picked the cards, so I'm just going to move these off to the side so we can just get right into this beautiful reading. So these two cards are representing what is desiring renewal at this present time during this new moon in Gemini for Libra risings. Okay, so we have the Tower and the Devil card that came out. So at this time, the first thing that's popping up to me is like in this progression, it's like it's going from 16 to 15. So if you're a Libra rising and you've been experiencing maybe like going back and forth on maybe committing to something, committing to some of the changes that have been trying to take place at this time around the new moon in Gemini, there's really this invitation and maybe this deeper want for renewal and what it means to not be so within the mind, to not be feeling as if you're being pulled in all these different directions, that it's like to where the point where it's like just too overwhelming, and to really invite like a reset, a renewal of what would it mean to commit to moving forward and not allowing maybe some self-sabotage habits, or even allowing maybe the beliefs or influences from others to have hold on you, so that you can find renewal in what it means to liberate yourself from that which is causing dis-ease within the mental body. And also maybe thinking in regards to renewal, and maybe an invitation being given of what would it mean to like shake up your energy, to kind of change it up and do something that invites you to be a bit outside of your comfort zone, but in a way that can be, instead of fear or anxiousness or worry, being an essence of what would it mean to be excited about this change, to shift into readiness and willingness to move forward, to find a new sense of harmonizing or balancing within your life. Okay, so these two cards are what actions can support with planting these new intentions that might be desiring to be rooted at this time, which I kind of feel we slightly touched upon, but okay, so for this, so we have the Eight of Cups. So it's really, so I like this plays off of these two energies really well, because the Eight of Cups, we see it in reverse, so it's interesting because it's like I'm like focusing on the reflection within this pond of this person walking away. So, but it's as if the focus is on like what isn't wanting to be left behind, but what would it mean to invite oneself to like fully let go of whatever this energy is that one is holding on to. And I just feel like this really like heavy sense of like lack. So I don't know, it could be maybe it's like a lacking of worth and trusting of direction, of self, of what it means to like forge this path of self in the way that like truly resonates with you. And especially like with flipping the card upwards, we can see the sun rising up in the distance, or maybe it's just something that's being illuminated. So it's like in allowing oneself to kind of put to rest, especially thinking cups being more in that emotional realm of experience, that if there's allowance for with that fire, that purifying, that cleansing, and choosing to walk away from that which is not adding to this harmonious essence, which Libra in its fullness desires, then okay, so sorry about that. So walking away from what some of these emotional things might be, and just thinking of over here with the Six of Cups, honestly, this could be something that's coming up or that is resurfacing at this time in regards to maybe some beliefs or some things that like in regards to like emotionally that are still being held within thought forms that are from like childhood experience. So maybe it's like actions to take would be reflecting or notating like where are your present belief structures, like what is your personal philosophy, how do you gather information now compared to maybe how you once did when you were a child, relationship wise also, like how do you allow yourselves sorry, how do you allow yourself to be influenced by your relationships, and does that influence support in a way that is allowing for more growth and evolution with what you're experiencing, or is it creating this contracting energy to where you're feeling as if you have no span of like control within self-perception of what it is that you're experiencing? Okay, so this card is what shadows want to be integrated at this time. So I feel like this is a perfect like essence of Libra. So it says mediator. So light attributes is gift of negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. Shadow attribute is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, especially personally or professionally. So in regards to this card and with what we've been discussing, I think so this kind of like adds additional perspective to the Devil and the Tower card. So it could also be at this time during the new moon, if you're not necessarily resonating with like this essence of experiencing lack, so then renewals desiring to be experienced so there can be a forging forward, it could be that there's such a strong desire to have control within whatever settings maybe that you're a mediator for. And this could be just showing like at the time of this new moon, is that what you're striving towards or supporting within your life actually in service to the greater good of all, or are there really deeper rooted seedings of whatever that you may be contributing into within your I don't know, like your job or your community or some organization or just like within family life or what have you? Is it being done in a selfish way that is like, I guess, disregarding both sides of perspective that is available that can actually support with bringing an integration towards finding a solution to whatever is being experienced, thus allowing for a restructuring to allow for fairness and just more groundedness within the mental and emotional body as well. All right, so then these two cards are animal spirit advice for moving through these current energies. So the first card we have is 42, you are never alone. And then next we have think on your feet, fox spirit. Okay, so with the Eight of Cups, sometimes we can find it difficult to walk away from certain things or certain situations in life, because it does feel like when we're moving away from situations that are not really resonant with us anymore, maybe we gathered all the lessons or we really tried to find fairness in all the ways that we could, but like it's a parting of ways almost. This is just reminding with the otter spirit that there's always support that is present, that is available, and remembering what it means to really lean into like partnership and maybe finding solutions or just connection and communion, even thinking of like with nature or with a good friend or a family member, or inviting yourself into maybe a community space that you haven't experienced before that can be a support as you move through whatever this energy might be for you. And then fox spirit, think on your feet. So fox like spirit is, I generally see it like it could be a trickster energy. So like in that magic of Libra as its own essence, you know, there is very much this awareness of a leveling out of the scales of justice, of fairness, and what it means to find a solution that works for all parties. And again, keeping in mind, like, where are you allowing that center of your scales to be balanced? Is it in a service to self kind of way, or a service to others way, which in the end, in serving others, we do serve ourselves. So just inviting, as you move through this energy, maybe allowing yourself to be a bit creative, maybe tapping into that inner child within for inspiration of finding softness and how to navigate some of these changes that are desiring to take place with the Tower card. And it seems like this could be, like, at this time, it can be like a lot of it almost feels like, how do I want to say it? So they're major arcana cards, so normally that is like dealing with the querent, or you, as the main emphasis of the energy, but it almost feels like, as I'm reading it, that it's being perceived outside of the self, and then in the perception of how it's being perceived, it's influencing internally. So almost like shifting this energy to where it's like not allowing the external to influence you internally so much, to where you can have your internal foundation to honor what is shifting externally because of how grounded you are in awareness of your internal landscape. All right. So I do hope that that reading made sense, and hopefully this supports during this time of renewal within the Gemini new moon. I do hope that you enjoy all the many plantings of seeds and just finding this essence of renewal and inspiration as you move about this time. So if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, I'd love to have you join the Illuminating Crossroads community, and if you'd like to receive more content like this as well. So thank you so much, sending you many blessings and much love along your journey, and until our paths cross again, thank you so much. Bye.